The world is full of men, but very few are free. Most are puppets, controlled, pulled by strings they cannot see. They chase approval, validation, comfort, money, women, status. They bend to every wind. They fold under every pressure. They are not men. They are puppets. And what makes the difference between a puppet and a man? Principles. A man without principles is nothing but flesh walking around, waiting for someone stronger to control him. What are principles? Principles are not opinions. Principles are not feelings. Principles are not trends. Principles are the unshakable laws you live by, the foundation you refuse to compromise, the standards that remain unmoved no matter what the world throws at you. Principles separate the free from the enslaved, the strong from the weak, the men from the puppets. Without principles, you are controlled. Look around. Men without principles are everywhere. They say yes when they should say no. They follow the crowd because they fear standing alone. They sacrifice their soul for comfort, for approval, for quick pleasure. They are puppets, strings pulled by society, by women, by bosses, by their own weakness. The world doesn't respect them. Women don't respect them. Even they don't respect themselves. Because deep down they know, without principles they are nothing. Principles give you a backbone. What makes a tree stand tall in the storm? Roots. What makes a man stand firm in chaos? Principles. When temptation comes, principles hold you. When pressure mounts, principles anchor you. When doubt whispers, principles silence it. Without principles, you are tossed like a leaf in the wind. But with principles, you become the storm itself. The puppet's life. The puppet lives for approval. He changes his mask depending on the room. He says what people want to hear. He does what people expect. But every time he bends, he loses a piece of himself. Every time he folds, his strings get tighter. Until one day, he looks in the mirror and realizes he has no face, no soul, no manhood. He is just a puppet, dancing for others, never living for himself. Principles are forged in fire. Principles are not given, they are forged. Through struggle, through failure, through pain. Every man must face the test. Will you fold when it's hard? Will you sell your soul for comfort? Will you betray your code when nobody's watching? If you compromise once, you will compromise again. If you fold once, you will fold forever. But if you stand, if you bleed for your principles, you carve steel into your soul. Women test your principles. She doesn't respect your words. She respects your line. If you let her walk over you, she will never see you as a man. If you break your principles for her approval, you become her puppet. A man must stand on his principles even when it costs him the woman, the pleasure, the approval. Only then will she, and the world, recognize him as unshakable. The world respects the unmovable. The masses follow trends. The weak chase feelings. But the man of principle stands unmovable. He becomes a pillar in a collapsing world. People may hate him. They may mock him. They may attack him. But secretly, they respect him. Because they know, this man cannot be bought. This man cannot be swayed. This man cannot be controlled. Principles are freedom. Most men think freedom is doing whatever they feel. But that is slavery to desire. True freedom is living by principles. Because when you live by principles, nothing owns you. Not money. Not women. Not status. Not fear. You own yourself. And that is the rarest power a man can have. the lonely road of principles. Understand this: principles are lonely. You will lose friends. You will lose women. You will lose opportunities. But you will keep your soul. And in the end, that's the only thing worth keeping. Because what is a man who gains the world but loses himself? A puppet. The puppet master's game. The world thrives on puppets. Governments, corporations, movements, trends. They want you addicted. They want you distracted. They want you dependent. Because a man without principles is easy to control. But a man with principles? He cannot be manipulated. He cannot be tamed. He cannot be broken. That is why so few exist. Principles must be chosen. You don't stumble into principles. You choose them. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What will I never compromise? What lines will I never cross? Write them. Live them. Bleed for them. Because without a code, you are just a puppet waiting for someone to write it for you. The final test. One day, life will test your principles. It may come through betrayal, through temptation, through suffering. And in that moment, you will see the truth. Are you a man? Or are you a puppet? The puppet folds. The puppet betrays. The puppet sells himself. The man stands. The man bleeds. The man pays the price and walks away unbroken. That is the difference. That is everything. Final truth. A man without principles is not a man. He is a puppet. But a man with principles is untouchable. He may lose battles, but he never loses himself. He may bleed, but he never breaks. He may stand alone, but he stands as a man. So choose your code. Choose your line. Choose your principles. And never betray them. Because in the end, power doesn't belong to the loudest, or the richest, or the most admired. It belongs to the man who cannot be moved. The man who cannot be bought. The man who cannot be controlled. The man of principles.